We are now live. Friends, we made it 12 days. Today is day 12 of mindset shifts. I've been talking about some of the biggest concepts, the biggest changes in my thinking that have really influenced not only being able to get changes in my body, but in my life. And I'll be honest, I've been coming live now for 12 days, and that in and of itself is a huge success. I almost didn't make it yesterday, but I committed and we did it. So pretty cool. So today I want to talk about this fear of failure concept and resilience. How we hold ourselves back from certain things because we've created these stories of what if it doesn't work, or what if I don't follow through, or what if I don't succeed. Over a lifetime of doing this, we just get filled with regret. What if I had done things differently? But before I get into that, I actually want to talk about, so I recently changed my handle here to thisistheNextJen. And I kind of want to speak to that because I've been in the health and fitness space for 15 years now. My clients have always come to me because they wanted to get stronger, they wanted to lose weight, they wanted to work on their nutrition. And really, it was all backed by the pursuit of happiness, right? We think that all of these things will make us happier. And I used to help them with exercise protocols, nutrition plans, recovery strategies. But I would watch people struggle to remain consistent with the habits, fail and then quit, beat themselves up because they sucked or they couldn't do it. The reason why this is the next gen, the next generation, is because I have a new way of doing things. And it's why I'm doing these mindset lives, why you hear me talk about our words and our language and our stories and our mindset and how much that impacts us. That's where everything starts. Our unconscious beliefs and the stories that we have running about how I'm not good enough and I'm lazy and I can't do it and I've already tried that and I know I won't follow through. These patterns of thinking, these programs that are running, they control our behavior. The problem is we think we control our behavior and then we could just force ourselves to take a different action to get a result, but it doesn't work that way. We've got to start with looking at our mindset. What are we thinking? What are we saying? Because that's what's dictating your behavior. Until you do that, until you learn to shift your perceptions and be aware of your thoughts and process your emotions, you're always going to struggle with behavior change. And that kind of brings us to the topic of today, this fear of failing. First of all, fear is simply imagining a worst case outcome. You don't know what's going to happen. You haven't done it yet. You may have done something similar, but you don't know what the outcome is going to be. The fear is that you're making up a story that it's not going to work, or a worst case scenario, or a worst case outcome, that it's going to be bad. And here's the kicker. We get what we focus on. So when we think something bad will happen, it's not going to work, we manifest that. The belief that it won't work or that we can't do it starts to show up in our behavior. So now we take less action. We actually don't follow through because that subconscious, unconscious belief or program is that why really try? It's not going to work anyway. We base what's possible for our future on what we've done in the past. Our brain likes to automate things. If this, then this. Oh, I know I've already tried to diet before, it didn't work. So now your future can never look anything other than your past. Because you've created this story of this is how it's going to turn out. Even if it's a new program, even if it's a new coach, even if it's a new protocol, your belief is that I've done this before, it's not going to work. And that starts to show up in your behavior. You stop taking as much action and it manifests that, and you get, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now you get it didn't work. Being afraid to fail at something, that's your ego not wanting to change, wanting to stay the same, because even if you aren't happy with where you are, it's safe, it's known, it's consistent. So you've got to learn to remind yourself that failing isn't a bad word. It doesn't mean you are a failure. It means something didn't work. The most successful people in life, in business, in athletics, in anything, they are no better than you. They've just failed more than you. Their belief, their perception of failure is different than yours. They see it as a growing point. They've had so many of those growing points, those failures, those challenges, those struggles, which is where you get better. We don't get better when we succeed. We don't grow and learn when we succeed. We grow and learn and get better when we fail. And the more times you fail, the better and better and better you get. Now you're becoming a master and a pro. So the most successful people, they're not better than you. They just didn't quit. They did not stop. They didn't give up. We need to learn to be more resilient, to not let something that challenges us or a struggle or something didn't work as an end point. It's just a stepping stone to the next thing. Take something that you've learned from it and move on. We don't stop. Look at something that you're really afraid of trying and smile, because that means that it's really important to you. And yeah, it may not work, and it might. You never know unless you go for it. It could be different this time. And yes, it may not work, but you'll learn something which will make you even better for the next time. The only way to fail is to quit, is to stop. That is when you will fail. So what are you in your life not going for, not trying, not doing because you're afraid to fail? And maybe it's because you've tried something similar in the past, and so you have this story that it doesn't work. I've already done that. Have you done that with the knowledge that you have today, with the program or the coach or the experience? Like, have you done that? Friends, I failed at healing my body for 10 years. I tried so many doctors, so many protocols, so many supplements. I spent so much money, so much time, so much energy, so much resources. And I'm so glad I never gave up. Even when it felt like I was doing the same thing again, even when it felt like I've already been there, I've already done this, I kept going, because I would not be here today had I given up, had I stopped, had I just assumed I've tried everything. Each program that didn't work or that failed, I learned something from. Okay, that didn't work. On to the next. What can I bring from that? And I'll be honest, my mindset wasn't all great during that 10-year period. There was a lot of feeling sorry for myself, wanting to quit, giving up. But then I kept coming back because I knew there was something better. I knew the answer was out there. And now I'm in a place where not only am I living my dream life, but I get to help people truly transform. It's the most fulfilling and rewarding work I've ever done. And it's by sharing all of the things that I learned on my journey, by sharing the things that didn't work for me, taking those away, taking the best parts of what worked, now teaching people about mindset, our thoughts, our behavior, how that influences us, helping people become more resilient. This is exactly why I'm launching my coaching program. It starts on Tuesday. There's a couple days left. I'm going to be taking 10 women through this enormously transformational process of learning to listen to your thoughts, process emotions, balance the nervous system, get us out of this place of fight or flight, change our stories and our words so we start to show up differently on a daily basis. You no longer feel like you're forcing yourself to do something. There's a purpose, there's a plan, there's a reason. You know where you're trying to go. And I have various tools and drills, things that have helped me along the way. And I put it in such a way. It's a very outlined, specific plan. And we do this together. Like, a lot of the reason people don't want to try a new program is because they're afraid they're not going to follow through. That's built into this course, guys. There's a reason why I'm calling it Keep the Commitment. Because I'm giving you things that are going to teach you how to start following through on the things you say you're going to do, keeping your word to yourself. That's important. Part of the reason why we're afraid to fail is because we don't trust ourselves anymore. We stopped doing the things we said we were going to do, and now we don't believe it when we say it. And so a big part of this program is refinding that belief in yourself. And the 2 private sessions, the 2 one-on-one sessions are really what set this apart, because sure, there's some general things that can work for everybody, but we're all in our own head. We all have our own specific stories. And some of the more generic programs, you've got to do the work on your own, which in my experience is a lot harder and it takes a lot longer. I hired a coach because I knew exactly where I was stuck, but I didn't know how to get over it, and I needed help. And it was the best money I've ever spent, the most transformational, because it has given me skills and a way of thinking that now I'm able to take forward as I go through new challenges and new struggles in life. I'm not getting stuck where I used to get stuck anymore. Yes, I have moments where I feel sad. Yes, I have moments where I feel frustrated or depressed. I no longer get stuck there because I have the tools and the emotional strength and resilience to be able to get through those. And I would love to share that with you. So there's a few spots left. I've capped this at 10 because it's a lot of my time and energy that I'm pouring into you guys. And I want to make sure that we keep the group really small so that I have that to give. So if you want more information, comment KTC or any comment below, reach out, let's have a conversation. The course starts on Tuesday and I would love to have you. Much love, friends.